Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Atypical Security Guard, and there's something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about for a while, and I keep neglecting to have this conversation. But it's about handcuffs, right? So, for most of all of the security guards who are watching this channel, even if you're unarmed, more than likely you have access to a set of handcuffs. These are just one of my many pair of Peerless handcuffs. Fairly standard, just your normal stainless steel handcuffs. But one thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and again, you have to remember that everything that I talk about on this channel comes from the perspective of working here in Portland. And when I say working in Portland, I'm talking right downtown. You've seen the videos that I've shared. I've talked to you guys about this many, many times, but I am literally just 1 or 2 blocks away from multiple homeless camps. And for the retail establishment that I work at, 90% of the issues that we have stem from the homelessness. If you guys just type in Portland homeless into your search engine here on YouTube, you're gonna see countless stories about I believe it's over 40,000 people that qualify as homeless here in Portland. So I say all that to say this. Some of the things that I talk about on this channel are gonna be fairly, universal to everybody. And some things are gonna be a little bit more specific to my area and my demographic. I don't say any of this to ever to boast or brag, because to be honest with you, there's really nothing to boast or brag about. I just work a job, I work a shift, I pull my hours just like anybody else, and I'm simply sharing that information with you. But this is something that I thought would be really good to share. So in the capacity that I work for the retail establishment, the only time that I am going to ever utilize my handcuffs in any capacity generally is going to be making an arrest that is accompanied by loss prevention. That's one person. And at the direction of the loss prevention manager, okay? So that means that the direct supervisor of all of the loss prevention agents has authorized the arrest. Generally, this is for someone who has a history of organized retail theft, someone that has a history of multiple trespass violations. That will be someone that potentially I would be authorized to make an arrest on. And again, that would have to be done with a loss prevention officer. Now, the situations where that's arisen, and I can tell you that since I've been working for this company since September of last year, I have made four authorized arrests. So that's 4 times that these cuffs have come out, been placed on someone, right, locked, and that person been detained until law enforcement has shown up to write the summons and to transport those people. Okay, so 4 times. That's September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. We are in 9 months, so 4 times in 9 months. But here's the deal. The second time, or the second situation that would call for me to handcuff, would be in a defensive situation to protect an employee, a customer, or myself, right? So that's someone that has become physically aggressive and there are no other alternatives but to go quote unquote hands-on, and I'm going to make a detainment and waiting for law enforcement to arrive. So this is when things go absolutely south and I am now in a physical altercation. I am going to be placing these handcuffs on. And again, this is something that I received training for. I take specific classes for defensive tactics to apply these handcuffs. Now, the people that are here, this goes back to where I'm located and what I'm doing, specifically where I'm working. The people that are here, a large number of them have MRSA. A large number of them have staph infections, and a large number of them have what's called puffy hand syndrome. I'm going to be placing some pictures here. And all of this stems from intravenous drug usage and unclean or unsanitary living, right? So for a lot of the people that we deal with, in those 4 instances at this retail establishment where I had to place these handcuffs on someone, the people, their arms, their hands, their clothing, they're completely soiled, okay? Under the best case scenario, they're soiled with dirt and grime and bacteria. But under most circumstances, they're soiled with blood and with pus and with other body fluids, okay? So in short, unless I am doing a defensive handcuffing, right? And this is a decision that I have made in the last, I would say, the last month or so. We had one individual that was coming into our retail establishment over and over again, and this person's arm was literally rotting, or is to this point, literally rotting off of his body. He has done so much intravenous drugs, so much heroin, that the veins are completely collapsed in his arm, and he is losing all blood circulation to his hand. On his hand, on his ring finger, he has a ring, and this puffy hand syndrome kicked in, and he never took this ring off. So it is actually cutting off the circulation to that one digit, even worse than the rest of his hand. I actually had a video, I deleted it, and I don't think that it's appropriate to add that to this video, but if you could see this person's arm and see this person's finger, it is literally about to fall off. And I was standing next to a paramedic who just happened to be coming through the store, and he told the guy, if you don't get to a hospital and this infection enters your bloodstream, it could kill you. So that's just kind of to give you guys an idea of how bad the hands and the arms of these people are, which is why for any of those handcuffing situations that are going to be authorized by the loss prevention manager and under the supervision of a loss prevention officer, I, moving forward, will be utilizing flex cuffs, okay? Now, for these flex cuffs, it's something that they're about $10 a piece for this Cobra brand, all right? Now, I could take the rubber band off and I could open up the flex cuffs, but if you look here, it's pretty simple, guys. You take the rubber band off, you open these, and it has 2 loops. You put the hands inside the loops, you pull up on the strands here, okay? You make sure that you can get 2 fingers underneath the handcuffs on both sides, and then you simply just lock them down right here, okay? Can you guys see that? You lock them into place. Once you have these secured, then when the police show up and you make that transfer, they can cut these off, or they can leave them on and then place their cuffs in front. They could cut them off and just toss them, but these are disposable, okay? So you're talking $10, and I've got 4 of these. And again, I've only used my handcuffs in terms of a supervised, quote unquote, supervised arrest. I've only done that 4 times in the last 9 or 10 months, okay? So I should be able to have these 4 that I have get me through the end of the year for the most part. Now, I will continue to wear my stainless steel handcuffs. I have those. I have a pair of ASP handcuffs that I have on my other vest that I wear downtown. And I will keep those, all right? Because again, for defensive situations, that's the best way to go. These are only used on a compliant person that is being detained. These are not something that you're gonna try to put on in the middle of a fight. But as to not transfer those body fluids and to not transfer what I'm assuming for a lot of the people that I'm personally dealing with is MRSA or staph, I'll be utilizing these, and once they're on, I don't have to get them back. I don't have to touch them again, okay? So just something for you guys to think about. The brand is Cobra. These are Cobra Flex Cuffs. And I highly suggest you guys look into these. If you're in a situation where you're working with drug users or people that are addicted to drugs, or you're in a high area like I am where you have a lot of homeless, this is a great way to go, especially if the only time that you're going to be making handcuff application is under the direction and discretion of someone that you're working for. These are absolutely the way to go. And again, you're looking at about $10 per pair, and most of us are not going to be doing a lot of handcuffing, okay? So this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about for a long time. I kept avoiding it for whatever reason. I just didn't get around to it, but I've got some extra time tonight. I wanted to make this video real quick and just go over that Cobra Flex cuffs, okay? Disposable, $10 a piece. Be great.